Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and a debut setter today. This is by Boca, who's been watching our videos regularly and has come up with a puzzle. So we're always delighted to have a look at puzzles by novice setters because often they're great, and sometimes their fresh ideas are very interesting. This one is an irregular Sudoku. So I won't get to say normal Sudoku rules apply, with a negative constraint, as the title mentions. So we'll look at that in a moment. We've also, of course, got loads of puzzles with X's and V's in Domino Sudoku. If you look at the link to our apps, you will find your way to Domino Sudoku through the CTC app perhaps, and you will have a great time if you buy that and try it. 100 puzzles within it. And you will learn a lot about X's and V's, and there's quite a few negative constraint puzzles there too. So always good to practice your Sudoku skills. What harm can it do? It just strengthens the synapses and makes your brain function better, we believe. Anyway, it's not necessarily the case from my recent solves. That's in our apps, and Approachable Sudoku is the latest one, which is out now as well. We've also, of course, got Patreon, where we have Patreon rewards on the 1st of every month. So coming up on the 1st of September, the Hollywood Lunchbox, a pack of sandwich Sudokus for you to snack on, and we hope you will give them a try because they're quite entertaining. And indeed, they come from the world of entertainment. And what else have we got? Well, I mean, there's other stuff on Patreon as well. Of course, there's connections videos, crosswords, there's Sudoku packs to play. Do join us there. It's great fun. And don't forget that you can get Sven's SUDOKU PAD and our merch on the links under the video. The mug I am using today is not a merch mug. It is something that was given to me by the wonderful Marusha Dark after our Cracking the Cryptic series. So that's great. It looks a bit spooky, but there we go. Now, what are the rules of negative x plus v by Boca? So we have to place 1 to 9 in each row, each column, and each marked region. Now, I don't say boxes, but 4 of these marked regions are 3 by 3 boxes. That's one region, and that's another region. X joins 2 cells that sum to 10. V joins 2 cells that sum to 5. All possible X's and V's that you could write between 2 cells in the puzzle are given. And there are some cages which show their sums as well. Okay, those are the rules. Pretty simple to understand. I'm going to almost certainly have to lean on that negative constraint a bit. Don't forget that these 2 cells can't add up to 5 or 10 because there would be a V or an X between them. Give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. It's on the first link under the video. Well, sometimes I begin X and V puzzles by noting low digits. So let's do that. Anything on a V has to be from 1 to 4. So if I treat these as low digits, right, some of them are on X's, and the other digit on the X must then be from 6 to 9 to make up a 10 sum with a low digit. Okay, yes, in this row we can get the 4 blues established. Now we won't know which one of the other cells is a 5. Anyway, the point there is that this X has a low digit and a high digit on. The low digit will be from 1 to 4, the high digit will be from 6 to 9. Okay, so I'm now going to make a decision that what I'm colouring orange in this puzzle, for the time being at least, is the digits 5 to 9, because then I get to colour these in this row. I don't know which one of these is a 5, but one of them is. But if I didn't dare colour these orange, because I only wanted to keep that for 6 to 9, then I wouldn't get to do the colouring. And as it is, this region It's got 3.5 blues in. So there's either a blue there or not a blue. Oh, this region has 3 blues already. And these 2 X's, they don't interrelate, which is a pity. Gosh, I'm not really quite understanding what to do here. The other thing I could do is start further colouring, actually, for different breeds of 1 and 4 and 2 and 3. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And this might be a mistake, but where do I start that? Oh, I like this box. I don't know. I'm just trying to work. Oh, yes. Okay. I don't know. I wonder if I need a bit more information. Okay, what I was going to do, just to explain. Ah, no, okay, it's quite interesting. Right, these, let's imagine they are 1, 4. They might be 2, 3, but they're either 1, 4 or 2, 3. Now that is going to mean that this has to be the other flavour of V pair, because it can't be both yellows, because one of those is yellow. There's only 2 reds and 2 yellows in each row, column and region. So those are red, therefore. Now I've just realised this cell is orange because it sees all the types of low digit, and I didn't know that before. So this is an interesting exercise, but I'm not sure I can. That being yellow makes this a red pair, and that means that if this was low, it would be yellow, and that would be a red pair, and that would be quite interesting. But I don't know. This is different from this, but I don't know if they're yellow or red yet. And that is the same. Okay, you can extend these colours into the orange cells too, and I'm going to do that because 2 and 3 are always paired with 7 and 8, so they become a little family, and 1 and 4 are always paired with 6 and 9. So these reds are from the same family of either 6, 9 or 7, 8. And I've probably started doing this colouring in the wrong place, or I haven't. I'm gonna remove it and see if there's somewhere better to start. I'm also wondering if the 11, 12 and 14 cages are in. Oh, I tell you what, this is something I saw at the beginning. I haven't mentioned it and I haven't used it, but this is potentially really going to matter. Okay, in this puzzle, this is a tiny bit of set theory in a way. In this puzzle, there are, as I mentioned, 4 3x3 boxes. Now, they're very useful. And what I'm going to do is ask you to consider the top 2 ones, what would normally be box 1 and box 3. They contain each a set of the digits 1 to 9. That's the rule. So does each of these 3 rows. And therefore, the top 3 rows contain 3 sets of the digits 1 to 9, one of which is here, one of which is here, and the third of which must be here. And that's going to apply to rows 1 to 3, rows 7 to 9, columns 7 to 9, columns 1 to 3. And what it means is that each of these regions is, in fact, a set of the digits 1 to 9. And although the normal box markings are not provided, they could have been. So we can treat these, and indeed this one, as separate boxes. And for those purposes, yes, look down here, we've had all 4 blues in this box, so these cells all go orange. This might actually inform quite a lot of how we should solve this, so let's just think about the ramifications of that. Right, in this box, in this fake box 2, but it does exist. We've just proved there is a box 2, it's just not shown by lines. The blues, there's one there and one there on the X's, and there's 2 there, so these are all orange. And now we can see where the 4 blues in column 6 go, And we've got this as a blue digit, which is 3 or 4 in its 12 cage, going with 9 or 8, which is obviously high. We found the blue there, so that's orange. And now my scheme of colouring flavours might be better. Yeah, I don't know. Those don't quite relate to each other in that region. Let's just see if there's more I should be doing. This is one of each. That's one of each, but one is in box 4 and one is in box 5. I'm using those terms even though we can't see the boxes. And in these two columns, we've got 3 blues already. We're clearly going to get another single blue from there. So just one of these cells is blue. And there's a negative constraint as well. Oh, that is a big deal, surely. Right, I'm going back to my original colouring, which I've probably forgotten which way round I started. Now, I made those red, didn't I? So let's go back to those being red. These ones are yellow because this one can't be red anymore. These are now red because they can't both be yellow. That's red. Okay, let's see where this leads. Oh, one of these two is the yellow, the remaining yellow V. That digit, in fact, is here somewhere. And therefore, this pair is red because of box 6, which doesn't appear in the grid, but does exist. That's so weird. So that's yellow, that's red. This is a red pair, but we don't know which way round it goes, but it is a red pair. Now remember, in this puzzle, I can't eliminate that as being a high red digit because there are 2 high red digits in every row, column and region. But we've had the 2 yellows in this column. Now, the negative constraint, what is that telling me? It might be telling me something somewhere. Isn't that a thrilling conclusion? Okay, it's telling me that neither of these are the red partner of that. No, that's not useful. Oh, these, we've had 1 yellow and 1 red. Right, this cannot be yellow. That's what it's telling me. Because it would either be the same digit as that one or join with it in a V. So that is red. 3 or 4 is red there. We've had the 2 reds low digits in this region, so that's yellow, and now that's yellow. And this can't be blue because it would connect up. It would be another red in box 5 and connect with that. In fact, we've had the 2 reds in this row, and we've had the 2 yellows in this box. So that is orange. Now, in box 5, we've only got 1. I need to know which way round these go. Maybe this digit, yeah, that's here, isn't it? That 3 or 4 is red. That's there, going with 6 or 7, 1 or 2. I don't know that this is going to help doing a few numbers based on 1 cage early on. Probably not. This is one of each now. Blues do join together and we can use negative constraints between them. Oranges never do because they never add up to 10 or 5. 2 oranges add up to a minimum of 11 is the way I would look at that. So the remaining... Oh, of course. The remaining low digit in box 5 is a red one because we've had two yellow blues. And the remaining red low digit can't go here or here because the 2 red digits are in that column already, so it's there. And these are both orange. And now just on a count, that is a blue and it's yellow. That's orange and it's yellow. And this is now low because it's going with an orange. So that's blue. And we've had 2 reds in its region already. So that's yellow and that's yellow. And keep going, come on, keep going. We've got 3 blues in this row. We've got another yellow to come, which can't come here or it would. In fact, this region has had all its blues, so everything else is orange. That can't be blue. Yes, that is low and blue now, that cell. And that means this cannot be, I was going to say it means it can't be low. I'm not sure anymore about that. Let's look, I mean, I must be able to do a count in this. This is low, so that's yellow. One of these is low and also yellow. I hope you can see the colours I've chosen. I'm sorry if they're difficult for anybody. It's very hard when you're using about 4 colours to make sure there's contrast clarities between all of the possible 12 combos. Now, there must be at least 1 orange digit in here because it adds up to 11. And that'll be the 5th orange digit in the region. So that's blue. It can't be a red cell because it would join on with a V. So that's yellow. Now there is a blue cell in here, which is 2, 3 or 4, going with 7, 8 or 9. Now I'm suddenly beginning to wonder if I should have been more clear about where 5s could be or something. I don't know, we've got to use the cages to get totals. Now, this pair are both orange, obviously. It's either 5, 9 or 6, 8. And we need 1 more red blue in this column, and it can't be there because that sees both red blues, so that's orange. And in row 6, we need 1 more blue yellow somewhere in these cells. Oh, look. No, I was wondering if there was a way of saying it couldn't be there, but there's not. That digit is the same as that digit by Sudoku. But it is not the potential digit that could go there and join onto that because it's already in the region. Okay, I was just thinking about that possibility. It's going to be difficult to extend this colouring into the 3x3 boxes, I think. What am I missing here? Something with the negative constraint, I imagine. Although I've done some quite good work with the negative constraint. Right, red and blue still... No, we've had red and blue in this box. One of these is blue-yellow. And one of these is blue-red. So it could be that one. But it could even be a 2. One of these is blue-red, but the other one, I don't know if it's from the same family or if it can't be. It certainly doesn't have to be. Should I think about those being 6, 8 or 5, 9? I don't know, I'm being very dense here. That's 3 or 4. That one is 1 or 2 in the same region. That's 3 or 4. This is 6 or 7. Oh, I should just focus on those being the same digit. They're probably going to have to be somewhere. Yeah, look at that. In box 5, which is a real box, gents and ladies, one of those is that 6 or 7. So in box 2, it's in one of those. But it can't be here, or it would get an X with that. So this is the 6 or 7 that we're seeing there. Ah, so there's Sudoku we can do. Okay, that's 3 or 4, so that's 1 or 2. This is 8 or 9, which is not, it's the same as that. No, I don't. No, it's absolutely not the same as this, because this would join to that if it was, with an X. So that is different. That is yellow. There's a yellow 8-9 and a red 8-9. Oh, that's weird. I wish that helped, but I don't think it does. Or does it? No, I don't think it does. But the red 1-2 in box 5 is clearly here. That's very obvious. This is so odd. There's a red 6-7 in one of those 2 cells. But it can't be there because that's yellow. So it's got to be there. Right. There's a red 6-7 in one of those cells. I definitely can't solve that one. There's a red 3-4 in one of those cells. So this is either a 3-4 or an 8-9 pair. No, I mean, sorry, it's either 3-8. No, I've got it wrong. There's a 3 or a 4 in it. So it's either 3-4, 3-8, or 4-7. If it was 3-8, the red would be a 3. That doesn't work. If it was 3-8, there is a red digit in here. That red digit has to appear in one of those 2 cells. If it was a 3, I don't think this works. If it was a 3, this would be 3-8. That would be a red 9. But 3 would be the red digit. So 9 and 3, they're from different families. They can't both be red. So it's not 3-8, it's 4-7. 4 is the red digit, and therefore I can make all of these red digits 4s, and this is the breakthrough. That's so peculiar. I couldn't see that coming at all. These are all 1s in the red low that could be a 1 there. This is a 6. This is a 6. This is 9. I can just do the maths there. These are 2-3 pairs in the V's. And they go with 7 or 8. That's 2 or 3, that's 7 or 8. This is a 1-4 pair, so that's 6 or 9. We're going to have used 6 and 9 because this cage will have one of them in. Oh, yellow blues are always 2 or 3. Come on, fill them in. Yellow oranges are 7 or 8. So this is a 5-9 pair. That's a 7-8 pair in this region, so that's a 6. This is also 5 or 9. This one is 8. We know that now from the cage. That's a 7, therefore, with a 3. That's 2 in the same region. Don't forget the regions, Mark. Probably have forgotten them a lot. Yeah, this region, that has to be a 7 now. That's 8. Okay, this is working. 8 in that region makes that a 7. Don't forget the regions, Mark. 3, 2, 4, 6, 1. So this region has 4, 2, 1, 7, 3. These are 5, 8, 9. That, okay, that was the only one affected by the negative constraint. These are from 5, 7, 9. Neither of these can be a 9 because there's no X. So that's a 5, 7 pair. That's 9. In fake box 2, that sorts out 5 and 9. Yes, okay. Well, this is coming together a bit. 3 and 9 there, but we can't put 3 there because there'd be an X. 5 and 2, that's just Sudoku. 5, 6 pair, and that's an 8. I can't resolve that 5, 6 pair. I can't see how I resolve that 4, 7 pair by the negative constraint. 9 and 6 are used up there, so these are from 4, 5, 7, 8. That one can't be 8 or 7 because it's touching 2 and 3. This one is high, so it's not 4. Yes, that's obvious. Oh, and that petered out. Now, how am I going to get into these 3x3 boxes? It's going to be with the negative constraint somehow, and that's going to be difficult. There is a 9 in one of those cells and a 6, so there is a 9 in one of these. This is not allowed to be 1, so it's 4, 5, or 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. How? I mean, I'm struggling to see how we're going to make other progress here. If this is 9, 5, it's that way around. If it's 6, 8, it's that way around. So there is definitely a 7 in one of those. Two, 8, 9, 6. I don't know. This is very hard to me to see how to get into these corners. All the action has been in boxes 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8. The corners have no X's and V's apart from that little one. Oh, that's lovely. Right. If that was 4, that would be 6. This would be 1. This would be a 5, 9, but that would be a 9, 1 pair and would need an X. Oh, that's mad. That's absolutely vicious, by the way. But it works. Thank goodness. Now, is that going to do anything? Because I'm worried that it won't. 9, 8, 6 there. 3, 1, 2, 4. 4 can't be there, but can 4 be there? That would be 5 then, and that would be 7. I could just be missing some particular nuance of the negative constraint somewhere, and it would be very hard to absolutely clear up. 6, 2, 8, 9, 3, 5. This is 1, 4, 7. 8 and 8. There's an 8 up there, so there can't be a 2 in those cells. That's sort of interesting. 9, 9. There's a 9 in those, so there can't be a 1 there. So the 1 in this box, in box 3, is in one of those two positions, and is going to resolve the 9 itself. That can't be a 1 because of that 9. 1 up there rules out those 3, and the 9 that does appear in these two rules out 1 from them. It's so strange. Now, 1 isn't allowed to be next to 4 as well. And where is 4? 4's in a corner up here of box 3. Oh, that is 1, 2, or 3. Just by Sudoku, and that 2, 4, 5, or 6. It can't be a 2 because it's next to a 3. So I've got 2 of the 4, 5, 6 triple here. And 6 can't go next to 4. I mean, again, I'm going to have to find some little nuance. It's tricky, man. Two, 3, 7, 9. I mean, I'm putting in the candidates just in case they inspire a thought somewhere. I might as well do it for the whole box. There we go. So, what does that mean? This can't be a 2 because it would be next to 8. You see, this sort of thing is so hard to spot. 5 is, of course, a beastly digit that could sit anywhere and not have any problem. It doesn't inspire an X or a V. So 5's the digit I dislike in this puzzle. It doesn't help. Now, That can't be 1 because we've ruled out 1. Yeah, okay, come on. That's 9 or 7. If that's a 9, that's a 1. And then 4 has to be in the final column. Oh, 6 has to be in one of those 2 cells, which unfortunately doesn't fix 4, as I was hoping for a moment. Oh, dear, dear, dear. This is not easy to make progress with. I'm perfectly prepared to believe that there is only one solution to this puzzle now, but what that is and how I'm meant to find it, I do not know. That can't be a 7-3 pair, so one of them is 1 or 2. Now, if that was 1 and 2, 3 and 7 could still be chaperoned over here. 2 can't be next to 3 either. That's really weird. If that was a 7, that couldn't be a 2-3 pair. I don't know. I mean, this might be the row to focus on, actually. If 3 was over here, it would have to be with 1. And that's quite peculiar. But it's true, 3 is not allowed to chum up with 2 or 7. So if 3 was over here, it would be a 1-3 pair. That would be 2. Because 1's there, this would go 2, 9, 7, 1. But that all holds together. So I can't see how that helps me. Have I missed some really obvious, just simple deduction that's available and has been for ages? I mean, there's every chance. Otherwise, how on earth do you get this done? Oh, look. These are only from 2, 4 or 5. That's quite restricted. 6 and 8 have to be up here, don't they? 2, 4 and 5, but they're not within themselves problematic. Oh, okay, I'll tell you something this does mean. 7 and 3 are in these cells, but they have to be checkerboarded to avoid touching each other. And therefore, 2 cannot be in those cells, because if you're checkerboarding 7 and 3, anywhere you put 2 in that little 2 by 2 would be touching 3. So 2 must be up there, which I could have worked out just from... But it's an interesting principle. It's an interesting principle. 7 and 3 are definitely checkerboarded here. They're definitely diagonally touching so that they're not orthogonally touching. Yeah, I mean, that's a principle that I might have to apply somewhere else and I just can't work it out. This is a 4, 5, 7. Yeah, okay, here we go again. 2 and 3 are in this group of cells. And again, they have to be checkerboarding. And therefore, 8 can't be in that group of cells because that would be a problem. That is absolutely fascinating. Right, this is absolutely right. Because of 2 and 3 are there. 2 and 3 are in this group, but they have to be diagonally touching, and that means 8 can't go into this group or it would touch 2. So 8 grows into this pair, but we've got an 8 there, so that's an 8. And that is a very hard to deduce digit, in my personal opinion. And it probably is going to do nothing else, which is frankly upsetting me quite badly. But it means that can't be a 2. So 2 is now in one of these cells and checkerboarded with 3. Two and 3 are in these cells. 2 can't be there now. If 3 was in one of those, it would be checkerboarded with 7 here. I mean, that was such a hard deduction, and it's done absolutely nothing. But maybe even back up here, there's something like that. 3, for instance, is in one of those cells. So, well, I've ruled 2 out of there, and I've somehow ruled it out of there. Well, this is good news if that's right. How have I ruled 2 out of that cell? Because I've now got it in one of those. Yeah, that worked from here. So there's a 3-2 checkerboard here as well, and therefore no 7 or 8 in this group. And that means, again, just to be clear, since I know that's not 2, I've got 2 up here somewhere, and that's because of the 3-7 pair. So 2 and 3 are in this group, and they have to be diagonally touching to avoid. So 2 is in one of those cells, and 3 is in one of those. So these don't include 3 to start with. Now we also can't put 7 in here, or it would touch the 3. So we really are reducing the possibilities. Now 3 is definitely over here. And that means 7 isn't in those 2 cells. 7 is in one of these 2. And not there. And now the only place for 7 in this box, apparently, is here. That is extraordinary. That puts 9 there, 1 here, 2 there, and now we are actually cooking with gas suddenly. That's a 1-3 pair. Now, come on. 2, 9, 7, 1. 2 mustn't touch 3. These are from 4, 6, 8, 9. Let's remove the impossibilities. This didn't get easier, did it? It really didn't. It's so clever. Okay, 1, 3 there. 1 has to be checkerboarded with... No, we don't know that 4's in those cells. It's checkerboarded with 4 on one side or the other. Sorry. Wow, okay, I'm just not finished. I have to carry on here. Still deductions to make. There is a 1 now. Oh, it's not there. We've got 1 in box 9. It's there. So that's a 1. That places 9 in the corner. So that means that 2 is going to be in one of these other cells. What does that mean? I don't know. 9 in the corner means that's not 9. One of these is... Okay, 1 is the more important digit. That fixes 3 and 1. Oh, sorry, I'm using the wrong mode. 1 and 3. Now, 7 has to be there. This is 4 or 5. So the 3 in row 3 is there. Actually, that was available for ages. Just didn't see it. That is 5 or 7 now. 1, 8, 9, 4, 5, 7. 2 and 3 have to be kept apart in this group, so that's a 6. This is going to do it. I can't believe it. That can't be 4 because it's next to 1. I mean, these relations are still so hard to spot. That's a 2, that's a 3. Now, that can't be 7 anymore, so 7 in the box is there. Sorry, I haven't used the colouring for a long time. Time to get rid of it now. That's not 2 or 6. I don't know, it looks a bit weird stripped of the colour. This seems to be where 3 has to be in the column. So this is 5, that's 7. In this column I can finish off with 8 and 2. How can I still have a 2 left to right into the grid? Don't know, but there we go. Now, I mean, how can there still be any thinking to do at all? Because of the magic of Bokka's setting. 8 and 9, that's just Sudoku. 8, 4, 6, 9, that's 6. That isn't... Oh, I've got... Okay, I thought I had a horrible deadly pattern, but look, 6 is looking at that cell. And here there is not a deadly pattern. And that is the finish to this puzzle. What an extraordinary work. That's really good. I'm the first person to solve this, and there's no solution input yet. Well, there will be when you try and solve it. That's an amazing debut, Bokka. That's quite tough, though. I don't know if there were easier things to get into the corners, particularly. I know I was a little bit slow with some of the colouring and deductions about Sudoku in the central cross, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't ever easy for me. I'll be very interested to see how everybody does with that puzzle. I found that quite a stretch, so thanks very much, Bokka, and thank you for watching. As always, see you again soon. Bye for now.